The first problem that I want to talk about here is the quality headache. And the quality headache is one that is super sneaky. It's a little related to the perfectionism issue. And I've talked about this before. I also struggle with this one. It's where you get these videos that are really uncanny. They look weird. There's a missing finger somewhere. The leg moves in a weird way. The person starts talking and the audio's a bit off. And this could be super frustrating because you could put a lot of time into a prompt. You could put a lot of time into selecting the model, getting everything ready, generating a shot list, and then you go for the video and it's not good. And especially if the platform that you're using, you have to do one video at a time. This becomes a super intense process to constantly regenerate and regenerate over again. Now, what I found when I was generating my campaigns is instead of focusing so much on like the line by line script, I focused more on the upstream brief idea that I wanted. And then I let AI kind of riff on the script a bit. And then I generate multiple variations and I pick the one that seems the best. So I'm letting go of a little bit of control just for my sanity and then allowing the models to just generate decent content and then picking that to move forward with. Now, the different formats in this type of quality problem matter here. If you're trying to create super cinematic videos, of course, the level of detail is going to be so much higher and the level of control you need is so much higher. But when you're talking about AI UGC videos, videos that are meant to kind of sell or pitch a product, the formats don't have to be that complicated. They're so much simpler. You're doing a talking head, maybe a couple of B-roll shots here, or maybe it's a video with a simple voiceover, or it could just be like simple slideshow images or static images. The format matters way more than the actual script itself. Once you get the format right, plug in a bit of your messaging, you can then generate a lot of these videos without worrying too much about the quality and also not just producing a bunch of slop because they have some sort of standard to them. If you're using decent models, if you're around Sora 2, great for UGC, VO, Kling, great for like start and stop images. So that's the quality headache. And the way to solve it, again, is basically focusing way more on the format, focusing way more on like writing a good brief for the content you want, and then doing a lot of variations and picking from the variations versus trying to get one video correct. The second problem that is massive in the space when you're trying to like just start your AI UGC program and create content for your brand is it's a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort that goes into the setup. And a way to get around this complexity is one, to not get shiny object syndrome and pick one thing and stick with it and move forward with it. But it's also that video editing, like video processing, is an entire production workflow, and you should treat it that way, respect it that way. So there is a set of things you need to do to go from idea to finished video. Now, everyone's going to have a different way of doing this. They're going to have different tools. You might have different employees, VAs, editors involved in the process. But in general, you should have some type of process where you're going from idea to a draft to a video that's like raw footage and then to something that's getting edited. That's the process I've had the most luck with and the process that has helped me kind of get over this massive effort problem. The issue I see most folks bump into who are trying to do this, who are running into this like effort problem, is you're trying to do too much in one session. You're trying to come up with the idea, you're trying to draft the video, you're trying to also do the editing, you're also trying to fix all the imperfections, all in like an hour. It's just not enough time, especially when each video generation takes like a couple of seconds. So that's a quick way to burn yourself out when you're creating this AI UGC content, either for yourself or for the client. You have to break it up into a set of stages and kind of work through that stage. It also allows you kind of like batch this up a little bit so you can think about your ideas. Maybe one day you spend coming up with a lot of ideas. The next day you kind of push those ideas into drafts. Maybe like you try out a couple ideas to see if they work. And then you spend one day creating all the videos with your briefs. And then you spend another day doing the editing. Now, same thing applies. You could hire people for all four of those steps. But I think the same applies. You kind of want to focus on one thing at a time so you can review and go over the quality of the outputs. The next issue is the strategy issue. And this strategy issue comes from you are likely not a marketer by trade, right? You're probably a founder. You've done maybe some work in terms of learning some of these AI UGC tools and getting comfortable with them, or these AI video tools, but you don't have the marketing lingo down. If you're already a marketer, then this is easy for you, so you don't have to kind of skip this section. But the marketing strategy is the part you probably struggle with a lot more. And marketing strategy is going to come from your ability to do creative strategy. That means understanding what creative works, what creative doesn't, and what creative drives outcomes. Now, there's no simple fix for this strategy problem. You likely need an expert in the space to kind of help you out, write your strategy for you, but there are AI tools that can help you with kind of at least drafting up a rough draft strategy. And the way everyone has a different definition of strategy, it can get really complicated and philosophical, but my idea of strategy is basically what are we going to prioritize in terms of our actions? And the quickest way to prioritize your actions is to just have key metrics that you're looking at and understand that if I do this action, it's going to move this metric by this much. And get 2 to 3 metrics that are important to you. This could be like page views, video views. It could be your conversion rate, your ROAS, whatever it is. Get those 2 to 3 metrics down and use your UGC content, push it through your pipeline and see if those metrics move. If they don't move, you have issues elsewhere and you can come up with a better strategy. So don't over index on the strategy piece. If you're an overthinker like me, you probably can spend months coming up with a strategy. What I urge you to do is go experiment, take a baseline, and then just map out your next actions. Don't deep it. The next bit that is a problem right now is the beginner paralysis. Most of you who are coming into my ecosystem are just not, you're not getting started. You're just not doing the thing. And so there's no amount of advice I can give here, or there's no amount of tips and tricks to just get started. You have to actually just go out and try to create these videos and then get them into the accounts that you need to get them to and then publish them where they need to be published. If you're not doing that at a bare minimum, there's no thing to improve on. Like, you're focused on the wrong thing. And I've seen this where, some folks will have watched 6, 7 tutorials on this stuff with 8 different tools, but they haven't even produced one video that's gone out and been published on one of their channels. So before you get too stuck in the strategizing, before you get too stuck in the quality piece and too stuck in like optimizing your process and your system, just do it messy at least once or twice. That's my biggest piece of advice here, because that's actually what I did when I was getting started. When I was first like creating a short form piece of content, I'm so used to creating long form, and I went to post on Twitter, now called X, Instagram, and then YouTube Shorts and TikTok. What I found was, man, this is a lot of work. If I tried to automate it, it's like I'm doing 2 things at the same time. I'm trying to automate a process I haven't done yet, and I'm trying to do the process. So what I did, I just did it messy. I used whatever tool I could use. I used whatever folders I had on my desktop. I just got it done. And after I did the process, I could see spots for improvement. And since I can build my own software as well, I just started building software to make everything a lot smoother. So there is a quick campaign debrief that I have inside of the school community where I go through the last 6 campaigns that I ran. So if you want to just see my kind of debrief from spending that much money on AI UGC, just go inside that school community and you will be able to find that if you're a paid member. And I also included inside of that debrief exactly the next steps that I took. So I started developing new systems to make everything so much faster and smoother. So this next go round of advertising is going to be a lot easier for me to do, especially because I'm not trying to hire a big team. I might have to bring on an editor. I think that's going to be one of the key things that AI still can't really do too well, but it's getting better. There's things like video agents that are coming out and Remotion that this week kind of popped off. There's also this Claude bot, or OpenClaw now that it's called, that is allowing you to go back and forth with the AI agent and then have the AI agent kind of do things in the background. And so as those AI agent skills get better and as the quality goes up for those type of interactions where I can actually tell it add captions, do this, and it can update the video, that is going to be huge for this process in terms of AI UGC. And so that's what I see as the big four problems. If you fall into any of those categories and you're like, I still need a little bit more help, go ahead and check out the school group, pick the problem that you have, and therefore I can kind of like maybe create some more material around that specific problem to get you unstuck and moving towards like just putting out content for your brand, using this like short form UGC style if you need it. Again, this is for more e-commerce, D2C, physical product, something that you can show, or at least it's something that's easily explained in a few seconds. If you have a complicated high ticket offer, this is really not for you. It's really not meant to be something that you can use. I've seen people have some success with it. I just don't see it working long term. Also, if you're like a B2B business where it's super enterprise sales heavy, this is not going to save you from having to do enterprise sales. But again, if you're in the B2C space, D2C, e-com, you can use these AI UGC videos for your product. And this should at least give you some type of coverage on the platforms and drive more traffic to your website. So that's one of the goals that I'm focusing in on this year with the UGC content. What I found is I can't really fix everyone's offer, right? Your offer is your offer. You have to really dial that in. But UGC content will drive like traffic to your website. It will drive traffic. As long as you have some type of budget and the content, you will drive traffic to your website. And it is then up to you to see how you can convert that traffic into sales or into leads, whatever it is. But that is the primary use case for AI UGC. We want to drive a lot of traffic to the brand and then let the brand kind of convert that traffic. Or it can highlight bottlenecks in your system that you need to improve. So that is it. I just want to come in here quick, talk about a couple of the bigger headaches. And if you want the launch debrief, go ahead and hop into the school community. You can get that launch debrief that I recorded. So I will see you in the next one.